for our leg strengthening exercises. I'm going to start over for the video purposes, starting off with our chair marches. You may notice that in the beginning, your legs don't lift as high as you're still working on strengthening yourself because you're using core stabilizer muscles and we're working our hips. So then we got to think about, my body is able to move because I've been doing this for a while. If you're still dealing with the fact that your affected side does not move on its own, I'll show you how you can use your dominant side or your non-affected side to help you lift that affected leg. And I am left side affected, which would be this side. So I'm going to act as if my left arm is not working as it should and my leg is. I'm going to take my non-affected arm, I'm going to drive it up under, and I'm going to grab my arm. And I'm now going to lift that leg up. And I'm still going to alternate the other leg. So I'm using this side because when I'm doing this exercises, yes, we have that affected side that was paralyzed, but I still want to incorporate both sides of the body. So we're working on overall strengthening the body versus just one side. So I'll do that in that sense. So chair marches are something that we can start off with just to get our body warmed up. And it may seem like you're not doing much, but it's definitely strengthening. And then we can go from a chair march to a leg extension. And what that does is now we are strengthening our quadriceps, which is the top of your thigh. So again, on left side affected, you may say, well, my left leg is not going to move on its own. So, I always got a trick for everything. So I want you to do a quadricep. I'm going to take, can y'all see my feet? So I'm going to take my right leg, and I'm going to put it behind my left leg, and I'm going to hold on to the chair, thinking about everybody, so I don't want you to fall out the chair. I'm going to hold on to the chair, and I'm going to lift up with my non-affected leg, and we're doing leg extensions now with that side. So we're now working to strengthen both of those with your leg. And as you get stronger and start doing this more, you'll be able to lift it higher. The higher you lift it, the more engagement we're doing on strengthening that quadricep muscle. So we're doing those. And I really never say a time because I want you to be comfortable. You could be doing this while we're sitting here on our Zoom call. You could be doing this while you're sitting in front of a TV, watching TV, or talking to people, just working on strengthening that body. We could go from leg extensions, and then we're going to do a leg crossover. Our crossover is literally bringing that body up. And this crossover is great because you're now working and open up those hip flexors, AB and AD muscles. And we're going to work at the same time with putting weight into it. How does that look with engaging our affected side is non-affected. I'm going to place that arm here and I'm going to lean my entire body over to that side. So I'm leaning here. If that feels a little tight, which naturally it does because once we lost connection on our affected side, this side is not easy. Everything is tight. Everything hurts. So this may hurt right now, even crossing that leg over. So we're going to sit here, take your time. If you can only do a couple of seconds, that's fine. You might need to take rest in between, put that leg down and bring it back up. But again, I want to make sure you're paying attention to both sides of the body. So yes, we're strengthening one, but engaging full body just helps the brain to recognize, hey, this affected side and non-affected side is both a part of our body and we should move. So that's why I always like to incorporate both sides of the body because it's like a mirroring effect in a sense of helping us heal better. So how we pick this leg up to put it on top, always non-affected, we're going to put it up underneath, pick it up. And I'm doing it slow because I remember my leg was super heavy when it couldn't lift on its own. I mean, super heavy. So I have to literally, some of my videos that I may have showed y'all previous, I would always do stuff with pants on, but I'll show you this trick. I would do it with the pants on because I would mess my clothes. I would take this and snatch it up with a pair of pants to help me because it was so heavy. So things like that, guys, always think about the unconventional things to help us like, hey, it's not going to work if I try to have some shorts or something on because the leg is too heavy. How can I get it up? I'll take it back down and I'm going to grab them pants again and we're going to help pull it up. So things like that, guys, that we don't think about. We just say, hey, the body is not working how we want it to. There's ways to do it. And that's why I like to do things in front of the mirror and things that you may be recording yourself to look at it because that will be the other part. And I'm sorry, I'm probably talking pretty fast. As that proprioception does help us to recognize, to get our brain to understand that we're doing with looking at ourselves in the mirror or looking at yourself in the camera. It connects the brain to the body to say, hey, oh, that body does work. But yes, our affected side has lost connection. So that's why we'll work on both sides. So it says, hey, my affected side, my body still doesn't recognize it. But let me do it on this side my brain does recognize and say, oh, wow, it's supposed to be that easy to lift that up. Now I'm gonna go back to this side and I'm gonna bring it up. And it's just really retraining the brain to understand what we're doing. So from our chair marches, guys, if you don't know, I love fitness and squats are my favorite exercise, but why not do a squat with our chair exercises? And you say, how is that working to strengthen our legs? Quads, the front of our thighs, our quadriceps, the back of our hamstrings, glutes, hips, all of these things strengthen our legs. It helps us walk better. It helps us to engage everything is incorporated. So we want to get our bodies comfortable with doing something as a squat. Because when you are able to do a squat, you can also walk better. You can get up out of the chair, up and down out of the chair better. So you may not have your balance. You say, I can't get up out of the squat that easy. Now watch my hands. I'm going to now engage my hands with sitting down behind me, placing my hands down, and my left side, my left hand, I still don't have full feeling, but I'm looking at the camera in front of me to see that I am engaging my left hand on the chair. So my hands behind me, engage, and it's helping me to sit down into the chair, and it's pushing me back up. So as I'm doing this up and down, I'm working and taking my time to focus on pressing also through the heels of my feet to stand up. And that reminds me, I'm going to scoot back so you can see, because I said when I said the heels of my feet, I remember when my foot drop would take over. So with that foot drop, that foot will kind of raise on its own. So how do you do a squat to stand up like that? My non-affected side, I'm going to actually stand on my affected foot. I'm going to step on the toes. So when I stand up in my squat, I'm keeping it down. And that right there, I'm thinking about you, Cornelia, that right there will be a balance thing. So when you're doing something like this, have another chair or wall next to you, so therefore you don't lose your balance in that sense. Or I could keep my hand engaged the entire time to make sure my balance is going. So I'm stepping on that foot and my hand is going to stay engaged to the chair. So therefore it's going to help me get up and down. And at the same time, it's helping to train my brain to understand that this foot should not be up. I don't want this heel to come up. I want to keep that heel down and still be able to do this exercise. Okay, I'll do the wall first. I'm trying to think because this is my left hand, so I'm trying to make sure y'all can see. So for push-ups, best way to do, so it's going to be difficult, especially if a person is still dealing with foot drop, because I'm thinking about their left foot, which you can't see my left foot because I'm this way. So I have a lot more balance. So say for instance, this is my, because this is, well, I'll do it on my right. Don't pay me no attention. So this is, so I'm going to act like this is my affected. So we're dealing with the fact that the foot drop is already a situation, and we want to learn how to place that hand on the wall to be able to do it. So I would take my non-affected hand, and so say for instance, if you're still fisted, for one, you have to pry those fingers out first to get those fingers open to place it against the wall. So once you pry those fingers out to place it against the wall, you would take your non-affected hand and you're going to press it against the hand to hold it in position. So that's going to be your first step to get ready to do a push-up. And we're going to say the wall push-ups will be the safest. So say for instance, my foot is still in a position where it's kind of up. I want you to really focus on pressing into the floor as much as you can so that foot does not move. But most of your weight is going to be focused on your non-affected side to give you the balance to make sure you didn't fall. So I got the hand pressed up against here. I'm going to step my body back slowly, and we're going to push forward. So it's not going to be a perfect push-up, but we're going to get your body in a position to be able to push forward and to push back. Because what the biggest engagement here is going to be that tricep, strengthening that tricep engagement to push out and pull it back in is what we're working on here. So I don't want to spend too much time on there because I really feel like I'm too far away for y'all to see me. I'm going to move to the chair next will be the best. So this is left side affected. So hand here, if you can see my hand here. If you're still fisted, we'll pry those fingers open. Fingers open, that's pressed down. Gonna step the feet back, and you see my left foot, I didn't really care. I didn't really even try to think about moving the left foot because I'm putting all that weight on the right foot, so that's gonna help me get ready for the push-up. So if you wanna get that left foot back, so right now, I didn't even have to worry about it. I'm using all of this weight here to push myself forward, and I'm pushing off of my right foot. And as you begin to strengthen that side, that left side will start to straighten out on its own. And again, the engagement comes in that tricep. Another way you could do would be, think about, that was too low for you to use the top of the chair. And I actually got it up against this couch so it's not gonna move. So the top of the chair here, placing those fingers there, I'm gonna get myself, I'm gonna act as if I had to put this leg in position, get the leg back there. You could even stand on it now because we're a little higher, to put that foot down. And we're going to place the hand on here and we're driving our bodies downward to push up. Again, because a push-up is gonna come from the strengthening of those triceps. Once you get yourself in a comfortable position where you feel like your triceps are engaging on its own, then you'll be able to push out a little further into your body. So again, I'm gonna keep on saying a push-up does not have to be in a position that you're all the way back here, bringing your chest to. It does not have to be at all. As long as we're getting some engagement in those triceps, that's what the thing is. We want to work on strengthening is the tricep muscle. And the more you do it, you'll be able to, it gets more comfortable, and you get comfortable with the fact of going from wall step, and the further you step back, the more you're engaging those different muscles that'll help you.